Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Peekaboo. I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available summer 2023, the album, Dad, Shimmy Shimmy, AF, Little Red Corvette, Baby You're Much Too Fast, Boost! Purple rain, purple rain. Dearly beloved, as Prince once said, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called Jaclyn Hill's lies. Actually, he said this thing called life, but I don't think he meant this thing called life. I think that he meant we are gathered here today, dearly beloved, to get through this thing called Jaclyn Hill's lies, okay? Now, this is for all of you out there that are like, Jaclyn Hill is so nice. Jaclyn Hill never lies. Jaclyn Hill never tells a fib. She never tells a lie. She never does anything, okay? This is for all of you out there. So, and for you out there that say, this is not that big of a deal, why are you talking about it? Because I'm a drama channel that talks about OG drama. And what I mean about OG drama is I don't do the deep dive investigations, okay? They're too sinister, they're too true crimey and cruel, and I don't want to get into all of that, okay? I want to have some fun today. I want to have some fun talking about Jaclyn Hill's lies, of which there are many. So we're not going to talk about the I Do earrings, which you can purchase if you want, okay, for $100, and you too can feel like Jaclyn Hill. I don't think she's going to be wearing those on her wedding day, although she has picked out all the makeup and things she's going to be wearing on her wedding day. But today we're going to be talking about more of Jaclyn Hill's lies that have been exposed. Are you ready? Okay. So, Jaclyn Hill did a little Q&A. Hi, how are you? What are you guys up to today? Let me just tell you, okay? First of all, squid. What we're not going to do in 2023 is make Jeffree Star the drama of 2023. By the way, just a question, okay? That TikTok that Jeffree Star was going to put out, calling out the beauty community, remember the one that he said, I think like in February or something, that he already had filmed, that he was going to put out, and it was going to be a really good one? That one? That was going to expose all the secrets? That one? Okay, because Jeffree Star, he never lies. In fact, somebody on my video yesterday, I literally about fell out of my seat, okay? They said the most honest YouTuber or the most honest beauty influencer was Jeffree Star. Now, I think that what they're referring to is that they believe that Jeffree Star is really honest in his Jeffree Star approved review videos, okay? Fine, I give it. So many people want to say that Jeffree Star is so honest with all that. But that's like excluding like 90% of what Jeffree Star is not honest about, right? It's like all of these people that want to exclude all of this stuff looking at like Michaela. It's like, well, I mean, Michaela might be honest about her. Well, she's not. I mean, she's not, right? But it's so funny to me because Jeffree Star has been caught in so many lies and never takes he's like, who? Me? What? What? I was like, are these people really that delusional that they think that Jeffree Star is seriously like the most honest YouTube? I mean, maybe if you're like just looking at it from like a makeup review point of view, but like, have you watched a drama video in the last 6 years? I mean, Jeffree Star has been caught in lie after lie after lie after lie after lie, right? And he like never addresses it. What he says is, what we're not going to, while he's sipping a Red Bull, what we're not going to do in 2023 is make Jeffree Star the drama of 2023. By the way, Shane Dawson's, his newest video series or whatever it's going to be, it's highly emotional, drama-packed roller coaster, comes out in 15 minutes. Do you think it's going to be about Jeffree Star? Not! I think he knows that ship has sailed. But anyway, so I'm going to be making that video tomorrow because I got things to do today. I got a meeting to go to. I got to get ready. I got to vlog. The bird just flew right almost into my window. I got things to do today. So, all that. The other thing I wanted to mention before I get into this is I have received a lot of DMs about people wanting to know what I think about Drew Monson'S video that he posted yesterday about his addiction, okay? A lot of people are wanting me to do like an entire video responding to it. I had planned on, while I was on vacation, doing an entire dedicated video talking about my recovery. In fact, on Instagram, I had fed it out on Instagram. I got like hundreds of questions. I screenshot a bunch of questions that I've never talked about. On my Peterisms channel today, because I did a video yesterday on my Peterisms channel, and like all these people asked me all these recovery questions, which I usually don't get. So my video over there today is just like 30 minutes of me just answering all these questions about recovery. If you'd like to see that, it's on my Peterisms channel. I am not going to probably do, I may, but I don't really know what to say other than I'm proud of him and congratulations for getting sober. I watched the entire video. It's like an hour and 8 minutes. Drew is very, very honest about his addiction and getting sober and his many times of relapsing. You know, I think he kind of mentions this at one point. I don't think that people really get it, but to sit down on camera and share your truth with somebody, let alone millions or hundreds of thousands of people, it takes a real bravery, right? And it also is kind of like a surrendering too of your truth, of saying like, I'm just going to be as honest and as forthright as I can, and I just want to cleanse myself of all of that. And I'm just like incredibly proud of him. I mean, he doesn't know me. He doesn't need to hear that from me or whatever. But from one addict to another, like I have said this many, many times on my videos, I don't think that I could have ever gotten sober and been on YouTube. Like, I don't know that I could have gotten sober in the public eye. I mean, I'm 28 years sober, you guys. You know, I get questions and people are like, are cravings still tough for you? You know, like, I work a very active 12-step program. I'm deeply, embedded in a 12-step program. I have a sponsor. I have a home group. Most of my friends are in recovery, things like that. So it's like I don't really think about those things today. So I think it is really important that people out there are sharing their stories, and the bravery of him to come out and share his story so early on. And I was reading the comments from the people, and and people were like, because this is the thing. When I first got sober, if I would hear like somebody tell their story when I went to a meeting that had, like, let's say, oh, I don't know, like 5 months sober or 30 days sober, like I could relate to that, right? But when somebody got up and they shared their story and they were 28 years sober, sure, that was inspiring to me. But at the same time, I was thinking to myself, this dude is a liar. There ain't no way that he has not had a beer or a toke off a joint in 28 years. I don't believe it. He's a straight up liar, right? Like, how in 28 years do you stay sober? So, like, for me, it's like, I like to share my story because I want people to know when you're struggling with addiction or your early recovery that you can have a life beyond your wildest dreams. You can have unbelievable relationships with friends and romantic partners. That you can have this life, just a simple life like me. You can have all of that, right? But it is really important for people like Drew to share his story as well, not just for his audience, not just to share his vulnerability, but he is helping so many people by planting the seed of hope. And when I watched that video yesterday and I read the comments, there were so many people that were like, I'm 60 days sober, I'm 2 days sober, I'm 10 days sober, thank you for sharing your story. And I was like, Drew has no idea the impact of this video that he is doing right now. And it's funny, it's very much in Drew Monson'S style, which I appreciated, but I have to tell you that, like, he doesn't say how he gets sober at the end of that. That's just the one thing I really wish that he would have shared, is a little bit of how he got sober in there. But other than that, like, and he doesn't have to share that, But other than that, I just was like, his vulnerability of sharing everything that he went through and really talking about how one thing led to the next. Because I think anybody that's going through that will be like, oh my God, that's like, I'm right there right now. Like, if I don't stop this, I could end up down the road. And, I think it was probably one of the hardest videos. He said in there at the beginning, like, this is the video that I never thought that I would film. And I was super impressed with it. So, I know he's not watching this, but if you are, I'm proud of you, Drew. And if you ever need a sober friend, I'm here. So, there's not a lot of us out there on YouTube that, well, I mean, there's like a whole sober community, but there's not a lot of, I think YouTubers that are doing other things that are sober as well. And I think it's important that we share our stories. I think it's also important, and this has been something I've always wanted to do from the beginning, was that not just like turn my channel into that. And I love those recovery community channels, don't get me wrong, but I think it's important important that we weave through the idea that sober people have normal lives. Like, you know, like I'm a drama channel, but I'm also a sober person, but I also have a vlog channel, or, you know, like I read books and I have dogs and, you know, all of that. Like, I think it's important that people know that, just like lawyers, doctors, Walmart workers, you know, waitresses, servers, you know, all kinds of people get sober and live in recovery day to day to day to day to day, right? Like, and so I think that's important to normalize and show that we're everywhere out there. We're all of us getting sober, you know, and you can too. And I've always just wanted to plant that seed in hopes that just one person could stay sober. And so when I watched his video, I was like, wow, like he doesn't really realize the impact of how he is helping other people. So I think it's phenomenal. Anyway, and I wish him all the best. I wish him all the best. He doesn't know me. We've never spoken. I wish him all the best, and you know, yeah, so all that. Anyway, okay, so the Jaclyn Hill lies. Well, woo! Little red Corvette. I'm a Prince super fan, by the way, if you didn't know that. I know, like, all of the Prince songs. And the hand movements to all of them as well. But anyway, okay, so Jaclyn Hill was doing this Q&A. Now, I don't know if you remember, but like 2 weeks ago, she said she was going to do a Q&A, and it was going to be like a video or something she insinuated, but she never came out and did that, and she never answered any of the questions that she got, right? That was like 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago. She never did that, right? Okay, but that's not a lie. That's just she forgot that, or something like that. So Jaclyn came out, and she was like laying up on her couch in her robe, as one does when you're a CEO of 5 companies. When I was reading the comments about this, so many people were like, does she live in that robe? Like, does she just hang out in that robe 24 hours a day? Well, I mean, it's the get ready with me robe, but it's also not just the get ready with me robe. It's the hang out on your couch robe while your husband cooks all your meals for you robe. It's also the hang out in the robe while you just buy Chanel purses on your phone while you're clocking in all your money from your I Do earrings that fools bought online. It's also your hang out in the looking at all your clothes in your closet robe. It's that robe. Anyway, so Jaclyn Hill was hanging out in her robe, you know, with Puss Puss the cat, justice for Puss Puss. She was hanging out with the cat that she's allergic to. But she's always, okay, here's another lie for you, Jaclyn Hill. She's always picking up this cat now, right? Picking it up, rubbing on that cat, petting the cat, all the cat, okay? But didn't she come out and say she's like highly allergic to this cat? Now she'll come out and say she takes Claritin the house down, okay? Whatever, girl. I can't keep up with your lies. It's too much at this point, right? But justice for Puss Puss all day long. So she's always picking up this cat and whatever. First it was the cat had to live outside because she was allergic to the cat. Now the cat is always like on the couch and things like that. I'm telling you right now, my husband is so deathly allergic to cats. Even with Claritin or whatever kind of allergy medicine, if a cat came into our house, my husband in like 5 minutes would be sneezing so bad he would have to leave. So that is a lie straight from the pit of hell, okay? I do not believe that. I don't think she had any intention of keeping that cat. I think she made up that whole story because we had never heard of that, anything about that before, right? Okay. So anyway, but I digress. So she's doing this Q&A. And in the Q&A, somebody asks her, what is your biggest pet peeve, okay? So this is what, are you ready? Now I have to tell you, okay, if you've watched my videos long enough, you'll know why I thought this pet peeve was directed at me. I was like, oh girl, she's coming for me. She's coming for Peter. So anyway, this is Jaclyn's biggest pet peeve. Here you go.
Many of you guys are asking me what my pet peeves are. I have 2 that come to mind like immediately. My number 1 thing is people who overuse the word like. And the reason that is my number 1 is because I used to be that person that like talked kind of like this all the time. And like always I would like pause and stop and like think about like what I wanted to say. Oh my God. I can't stand it. I actually learned that I was that person when I started filming YouTube videos, and I would edit the videos and I'd be like, stop saying like. And so I retrained myself.
Okay. So Jaclyn hates people that use the word like. They overuse the word like. So now you know why I thought she was personalizing it to me. I was like, I was like. I have used that word. I have overused that word since I was 5 years old, you know. I actually was just talking about this. I can't remember in what video I was talking about, but I was talking about how people, back in the day when I started on YouTube, they'd say, why do you sound like a 16-year-old girl? Why do you use the word like over and over? You say like. I still get that comment a lot, right? People would say, I can't stand your ear or your voice. Your voice gives my ears cancer. Can you imagine getting those comments? But you know what? Let me just tell you something, okay? Miss Jaclyn, Miss Jaclyn, Miss Nasty if you're nasty. Miss Jackson if you're nasty. Pink Corvette. Let me tell you what I learned about that, okay? You got to learn to love yourself, all right? You have to learn to love yourself. All of it. All of the likes, all of the lies. You have to learn to love yourself. Every bit of it. Even puss the cat, okay? You got to love your puss the cat. You got to love your likes. You got to love your lies. You got to love all of it, right? No, but seriously, I think we live in this world of filtered pictures and wanting to sound a certain way and being a certain way. And I was watching this documentary a couple years ago. I just mentioned this in a video not too long ago. And it was called I can't remember, it was called something like, Why Do I Sound Gay? Or something like that. And so, of course, I watched this documentary or whatever. And it was about this guy, and he was going to a voice coach, and it was really kind of just showing the journey of what, like, a lot of gay, see, I said what a lot of gay men, I actually, in a video not too long ago on my vlog, I think I said that I was going to try to, like, not say like as much anymore, and then I just said, you know what, if you have issues with it, forget it. I can't do it. I am who I am. I'm just going to say what I'm going to say from now on. I'm not going to try to, I can't, you know, that's just who I am. I say it all the time, and it is what it is. So anyway, but I watched this documentary, and the documentary was really kind of just trying to emphasize the fact that, you know, we sound, all of us, not just gay men, but all of us sound the way that we sound by a combination of how we were raised or who we were raised around and things like that, you know? And so this guy was like going to this vocal coach and all this kind of stuff, and I thought, how sad is that, you know, that you dislike yourself so much because of how you sound? And YouTube has really, really helped me to some degree, like, fall in love with my voice, because so many people in my vlog will say, I fall asleep to your voice, or your voice is so soothing, or I love your voice, or whatever. Every once in a while, somebody will say, Peter, you sound so eloquent. I'm like, who? Me? They must be talking about Ellen Quint, because I don't know eloquent to save my life, right? But I think that's a very nice compliment, you know? But anyway, so here she comes out, and she says that she doesn't like the word like anymore, okay? But even what cracks me up is if you go back and you watch the little video clip that I included, even in there, you can tell, like, acts like she's doing it on purpose, but she keeps on saying the word like over and over, even though she's acting like she's trying to train herself, that she's trained herself not to. And she even says at the end of it, but she trained herself not to use that word anymore. And I'm thinking to myself as I'm watching this, right? Now, I know that I have watched 575,600 videos of Jaclyn Hill at this point. The girl uses the word like, okay? A lot. She ain't trained herself to do anything otherwise. Just own it, girl. Just accept it. But why come out and lie about it? Or if you want to come out and you want to say, my biggest pet peeve is, come out and say, my biggest pet peeve is that I overuse the word like, and it bothers me. I don't like it. I wish I didn't do it. I wish I could do something different, right? But I don't. And I don't know that I'm ever going to, because I use it every other word. And I don't know what I'm going to do. And so I guess I just need to accept it at this point, right? But no, she comes out and she says she doesn't like it when other people do it because she's trained herself differently, okay? Hold up. Then I see this over on the Jaclyn Hill, what do you call it, the Reddit thread. They put up this screenshot of her, okay, talking about the overuse of the word like. And it says on here, if you see the comment, like freaking like a cheeseburger or a quesadilla, okay? Where she's saying, again, that she's overusing the word like, okay? So then I just happened to go to her Instagram stories last night, where she thinks she has me blocked, but she doesn't. But anyway, I went to her Instagram story last night because I was like, I was like, I want to see if she's still overusing the word like, even though she went to the training institute of Jaclyn Hill, where you learn to not use the word like. Receive your accreditation for the Jaclyn Hill Institute of how to use the word like, not to use the word like, in 60 days or less. You too will receive a pair of I Do earrings. It's a special bonus feature. So anyway, I went over there and she's opening this Stanley Cup, of course, right? That somebody had done. It was very nice. It was very nice. She's like unboxing this Stanley Cup that somebody had like made for her, really special. She said, I'm going to show you the video in just a second.
This is so special. All right, the second I saw this package, I was like, who took the time? Like immediately, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is clearly hand painted. Look at this.
But she uses the word like 4 or 5 times. And I'm like, girl, seriously, you need to go back and resend your certification to the Jaclyn Hill Institute of how to use the word like, because you are failing, okay? So to say that you retrained yourself, but then you use it all the time, but then to come out and say it's your biggest pet peeve of other people. Like, this is where when Marlena Stell said that she has no self-awareness whatsoever, Jaclyn Hill, I don't know if she is the biggest liar in the world or if she literally has no self-awareness because she has so many kiss-assy people around her, right? Because I'm telling you right now, is this going out of focus? Get in focus, damn it. People are like, it's been in and out of focus the whole time, Peter. But this is where, like, if my friend Tanya Jean, if she said to me, let's just say if she used the word like, well, first of all, if we were in the car and I said to Tanya Jean, I have retrained myself to use the word like, I retrained myself like a year ago, Tanya Jean would be like, oh, are you kidding me? And I would say, what are you talking about, Tanya Jean? I don't ever use the word like. She would say, you use the word like about every other sentence, because that's what friends do. You call each other out in your SHI to it, okay? My husband would do the exact same thing. Go watch our Q&A. He called me out for some ducks in the bedroom. So don't even come for me, okay? Jaclyn Hill's got all these people around her, and I'm going to tell you what I call it, okay? And it's really, really sad, but it's the Whitney Houston syndrome. Because if you watch that Whitney Houston documentary called, I think it's just called Whitney, what her agent comes out and says is that part of the reason that the downfall of Whitney Houston is because she has her family working for her. She's got friends working for her. She is completely surrounded by yes people. And the reason why they will never say no to her or tell her the truth is because they are driving Mercedes, living in houses, all on the dime of Whitney Houston. Well, how do you think all of these people in Jaclyn Hill's life, what does Jordan do? I'm just asking, okay? Ever since he started his More Seasoning channel, now that's what he does. But that can't afford, I mean, that would afford maybe Jaclyn one Chanel purse a year. So what is it that Jordan did or does as a job since then? And I mean, he doesn't have to. Hey, I'm all fine. If she wants to say, I take care of my man, hey, listen, I don't have any problem with that, right? Like, you know, whatever. Do you, okay? But to have all these people around you that you are paying their bills for and you are helping them, I think that's so nice that Jaclyn is in a position that she is able to do that. I have said that and time again. When she comes for her audience and she says, the one thing I've learned in, 300 years of being on YouTube is that people are so cruel or whatever. No, the thing you should have learned is that your entire family, your friends, and everybody have benefited financially and have been taken care of for the 10 years that you've been on YouTube, all because of the audience that you have. But you're not thankful for that. You're not grateful whatsoever. You guys, all you do is go shopping at Lululemon. You jump around in your distribution center one day a month and sign some cards that act like you're sending off stuff with your signature on it. Girl, you are so grand, okay? And then you go eat oysters 5 times a week, which for everybody that knows, oysters are a hell of expensive. She eats all these oysters and sushi and always goes on these high-end dinners and all this kind of stuff, which is fine. I think that's very nice that you can do that, but can you be thankful and be a little grateful for that a little bit? And of course, she has all these people surrounding her, and all these people surrounding her are not going to tell her no. They're not going to tell her the truth. And the reason why they aren't going to tell her the truth and say, Jaclyn, I hate to be honest with you, but girl, you still use the word like every other second. Oh! Oh! You're cut. You're cut. Yo, my battery has been dying left and right today. I've been exchanging batteries out, whatever. Anyway, I'm at the end and the battery is flashing at me. I turned it off and I restarted it because I was like, I got to make sure that I can get through this video. I'm almost at the end. So anyway, here we go. Like. Like my status if you like my status. Let me know what you think about all of that in the comment section below. Jaclyn Hill, just tell the the damn truth. Just tell the damn truth, Jaclyn. Tell it. And like my status if you like my status. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.